In this tomato pincushion applique tutorial, you are going to make this applique using my free pattern. This is a free pattern that you can download on my Facebook group. It's going to be called Tomato Applique Pincushion. Just because I'm doing this particular project doesn't mean that you can't put it on a cushion, a tote bag, an apron, etc. You can put this applique on anything. I'm just showing you how to do it on this project, and if you want to create this project along with me, these are the dimensions. I always use Steam-A-Seam for any of my applique projects. Leave me a comment down below if you've used Steam-A-Seam. This is the applique pattern, the free pattern that you're going to download from my Facebook group. It has 4 pieces. You can mark it 1, 2, 3, and 4. You shouldn't need a light box for this. You should be able to see through this perfectly. And you don't have to be absolutely accurate as long as you get the basic shape drawn out. I'm going to move on to this next shape. Now with this one, you want to have that stem of the stalk going a little bit over where the tomato is, because we're going to be putting that stem underneath the tomato. Same applies for the strawberry. So where we have that leaf, so it ends here, we're going to actually do it a little bit above, and then go up, and I'm just going to do the last piece, which is the tomato section. I can put my pattern to one side. At this point, you don't want to cut along the line. So just do a rough cut around. And do that for each of them. For the next part, we're going to place all of our Steam-A-Seam sections to the back of a piece of fabric. So I'm using plain. So if you are using a pattern, you are going to want to use it on the wrong side of the fabric. So the pretty side is this side, and then this would be the wrong side of the fabric. So I'm going to take one of my sections here, and sometimes the glue wants to be on the other side, because you can use this on both sides. So there's a gridded side and there's a plain side. The glue generally wants to adhere to the gridded side. All we have to do is press our thumb there, and then before we release all the paper, make sure that the glue is on the side that we want, and then pull it all back, and then we can place it onto the fabric. So we're going to do that with all of our pieces. Now you want to turn your iron on, and then according to the manufacturer's directions, you will adhere the glue to the fabric. Then you're going to wait for all these pieces to cool down. And at this point, you are then going to cut along the line of each of the designs. Do that with every single section. That is everything all cut out. Let's move to the next stage. I'm going to be doing a wall hanging for my sewing room. Like I said, you can apply this technique to anything. So if you want to put it on a apron, a cushion, a tote bag, it all applies. So you're going to fold this fabric in half and half again. And I like to just put a little bit of heat in that corner part there. Once it's opened up, I can then make a mark where my center is. One thing to bear in mind when you're doing applique patterns, our pattern is not reversed. So we did this on the front side facing the pattern. And when we build this, the strawberry is now going to be on the other side. If that bothers you, what you can do is reverse the template, and you probably will need a light box for this. You can trace all the way on the back of this, all of your pieces, and then you can do all your applique pieces, and then it will be the right way around. Some designers will reverse this pattern for you. I haven't, so we're going to start building. I'm going to place my tomato down. So what we're going to do is peel the back of the steamer-seam off. And I'm going to kind of offset it a little bit because I need room for my strawberry as well. There's a more curvy bottom here, and that will be the where you place it. That's going to be the bottom, and it's more like flatter edge up here. And then I've got my leaf piece for the top of my tomato. I'm going to leave that sticky out point. Don't forget, this is on steamer seam, so you can lift and rearrange to your heart's content. And then I'm going to get the other part of my strawberry part. So these pincushions are very traditional pincushions, and the tomato is for the pincushion, obviously, and the strawberry part generally has some metal wire in it, so you can sharpen your needles. Really cute. So we're just doing an applique of that traditional pincushion. If you're struggling with the paper and you can't get it off, here's a hack. You're going to get yourself a sewing pin. You're going to score along that paper, and that will make it easier to get that paper off. Then the strawberry kind of goes under here. It doesn't have to be exact. Don't worry if it's not perfect. I won't come along to your house and judge you, honest. And we can lift this bit up and put this underneath. Before I commit, I'm just going to take my canvas and just make sure that it's in the center, and it isn't. So I need to just move everybody up. It's really simple. Once I'm happy with the position of everything, I can then take my iron and press it down. Once again, we're going to let this cool down because I want to go in with a friction pen. This irons out, and I want to draw my lines here onto my tomato. I mean, it doesn't have to be exactly the same. Just draw some nice curved lines on your tomato. And if you don't like what you've done, you can erase it and start again. For my tutorial today, I'm going to be using the Altair 2. And there's so many different ways of attaching applique to a piece of fabric. I'm going to be showing them all within this series of free patterns. There's a lot more free patterns to come. So make sure you are subscribed to this channel so you don't miss any of these free patterns that are coming ahead. In last week's tutorial, I showed you how to do some thread sketching. In this week's tutorial, I'm going to take it really simple, and I'm just going to do a just regular straight stitch. I like to use embroidery threads. I've got my regular straight stitch selected, and I've increased the length to a 3.0. Always keep your needle in the down position, and then I'm going to go forward. And I'm going to reverse over that stitch, locking that stitch into place. And then I'm going to go around my tomato, all the way around. Couldn't be any simpler. Another thing you might want to do is just make your speed dial go really slow, so you have more control over them stitches. If you have a pivot key on your sewing machine, use it. So what happens is every time I press my presser foot, my pressure foot comes up and down by itself. So I don't have to go behind the machine to do that. That is doing that automatically for me. I'm going to go around this tomato. I'm now going to move on to the green. And when I was in the sewing shop the other day and I was looking at one of these pincushions, this part here is actually green. So I'm going to do that part in green along with all my other green sections. Go nice and slowly. There is absolutely no need to rush. I absolutely love how this turned out. I'm going to mount it on my canvas here. If you want to know how to do that, I will connect it in a video. It is called Putting Fabric Onto a Canvas. I'm going to get my Elmer's glue stick and just do a nice generous amount on the canvas. This just attaches the quilt batten. I find if you just attach the fabric to the canvas, it doesn't really lay quite right. It kind of needs something just to puff it up. So this, I'm going to make sure I have my design where I want it, so I've got equal amounts all the way around to fold this back and staple it. Please take the time out to wrap your canvas correctly, not like this, but like this. Hey guys, thank you so much for watching my tomato pincushion applique pattern, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel because there are going to be so many more free applique patterns for you to enjoy. So please leave me a comment and like, because it really helps my channel when you do that. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.